Tens of thousands of Amazon drivers will now be repaid nearly tens of millions of dollars, okay? Nearly $60 million in tips that the company had stolen from them. Now, the FTC actually investigated this case, the Federal Trade Commission, and here's what happened. The FTC and Amazon reached a settlement with the company, agreeing to pay more than $61.7 million, the full amount the tech giant already withheld, which will be used by the FTC to compensate Amazon Flex drivers. So the money was actually withheld from these drivers in a short period of time, a relatively short period of time, between 2016 and 2019. Now, if you are someone who purchases groceries, for instance, on Amazon Fresh, you will get a little notice when you're doing this transaction that you can give the driver a tip and 100% of the tips will go to the drivers. But that is not what was taking place, okay? So the consumer was being lied to and the workers, the drivers in this case, were also being lied to. So flex drivers, I wanna be clear, are different from typical Amazon delivery drivers. These are people who are independent contractors. They operate based on an app where they get to select different orders that they will deliver, usually grocery orders and things like that. They use their personal vehicles to do it. There are some strict rules in regard to what their vehicle can be like. It has to be a certain size, for instance. It has to be under certain conditions. And they deliver goods and groceries ordered through Amazon Fresh and also Prime Now. Now, rather than passing along 100% of customers' tips of drivers, as it had promised to do, Amazon used the money itself. And that's according to Daniel Kaufman. He is the FTC Bureau of Consumer Protection Director. And he obviously investigated this case and helped to secure the settlement that Amazon has agreed to pay. Now, in its initial complaint, the FTC said Amazon used tens of millions of dollars in customer tips to subsidize the payments to drivers and continue to divert drivers' tips during this time, despite hundreds of drivers' complaints about the practice, critical media reports, and internal recognition that the conduct was a reputation tinderbox. So like, not only were they engaging in this practice, there was communications internally where people were like, yo, I know we're doing this, but this is gonna lead to some bad press if we get caught. And of course it did, which Amazon fully deserves. And so the FTC is now sending out 139,507 checks and 1,621 PayPal payments to drivers. The average check for Amazon Flex drivers included in the settlement will be about $422, but 19,980 drivers will receive checks for more than $600. But get this, the highest amount is going to a single Amazon Flex driver to the tune of $28,000. Imagine being that worker and finding out that $28,000 that was supposed to go to your pay was purposely, viciously withheld by Amazon. It's just so gross, but this is how they operate, of course. They gotta maximize profits, and the way they maximize profits is by screwing over their workers, the very people who make their operations run in the first place. But I'm really happy to see that the FTC looked into this, they investigated this, and are now returning that money to their rightful owners, the workers. So with all the bad news that's going on today, let us just soak this in. And let us enjoy it.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.